Number 41. A one sample t-statistic from a sample of 40 observations for the two-sided test of h0 equals 26 and ha does not equal 26 has the value t equals negative 1.44. Find the p-value for this test. Okay, what this is saying over on the right with our h0 equals 26, ha does not equal 26, is it's saying you're starting with the assumption that your mean is 26. This part down the middle is 26. And this HA means you're testing to see if that actually is the case. So if you get a t of negative 1.44, that means that whenever you did your 40 observations, you got a mean that was not 26, but it was actually 1.44 standard errors below the mean. So somewhere down here, you got a t value that is negative 1.44. And what the p-value is, the p-value for the test, is basically the probability of getting something this extreme if the null hypothesis is correct. So basically, assuming that this actually is the curve, what's the probability of getting a value as extreme as negative 1.44? Well, that probability is just going to be this area on the left. Also note, it says not equal to 26. So this can actually go both ways. So this is what's called a two-tailed test, because it would also count as just as extreme if you had t equals just positive 1.44. So you actually have to find both of these areas. Well, luckily, we have a program on our calculator, on the TI Inspire and on the TI 84, that will help us do this. So I'm going to go over to my Inspire, and you go to Menu, Statistics, and then Distributions, and then you want to use a TCDF because you're finding the area under the curve. So TCDF, I'm going to do the lower portion, and then once I do the lower portion, I can just multiply by 2 to find the total area. So the lower portion, the low bound will be negative infinity, the upper bound will be negative 1.44, and then the degrees of freedom. The degrees of freedom is basically just your sample size minus 1 for a t test. So if you have 40 observations, then your degrees of freedom is 39. So I'll just type that in, 39, click OK, and that tells you the area on one side. So it tells you that this over here, this area right here, is around 0.079. So if you want to find the total area for both sides, all you got to do is just multiply by 2. So you get a p-value of around 1 or 0.158. So let's see if that's an answer. Yep, okay, it looks like 0.158 is answer choice C. Alright, so if you have any questions from other tests, make sure to leave a comment and I'll make a video with a solution. With that said, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe. This has been Investigative Math, and I will see you next time.